Good evening. Now we are moving to lesson 7 in Adeptship, and we are focusing our lesson on the violet flame. The violet flame is the flame that was given to us by the Ascended Master Saint Germain. When I say given to us, it means that the violet flame was a spiritual alchemy that was known in olden times and past golden ages like Atlantis and Lemuria and the Sahara. But then it was withdrawn, and the knowledge for the most part was withdrawn. Jesus did teach the violet flame to his disciples, and some people in the East and some saints were aware in their meditation on the inner. God gave them directly the knowledge of the violet flame. But for the most part, people had no idea about the violet flame for a long, long time. Since the last days of Atlantis, I would say. So the Master Saint Germain stepped forward in the early part of the 20th century and was given a grant or a dispensation to share the violet flame with people in an outer way. And this began with the I Am movement, with the messengers Guy and Edna Ballard, who are now known as Godfrey and Lotus, and who taught the violet flame to upward of 40,000 people in Chicago back in the 1930s. In fact, I have a friend who has since made his transition, Herb Beigel, who was a part of the I Am movement, and he was one of the closest people to Edna Ballard. And he told us that during World War II, the students of the I Am movement in Chicago gave violet flame every single night together, and that greatly shortened the war. The Master said that World War II was shortened because of the students giving that violet flame. And so what do I mean by giving the violet flame? I mean doing mantras, decrees, spoken prayers, songs that invoke the violet flame. And there are many, of course, that you can find. The Summit Lighthouse has a wonderful collection. The I Am movement uses more fiats than repeating decrees. And then I also completely recommend the website I made, violetflamemiracles.com. violetflamemiracles.com. And when we give the violet flame, we're invoking the action of God, that is the seventh ray, and it's also in our causal body, and it's the action of transmutation and freedom and forgiveness. And we call for that violet flame to go into all of our cells, atoms, electrons, into the planet. We can visualize it on a microcosmic and a macrocosmic level. We can invoke it, we can see it in our mind's eye, we can imagine it, we can call it forth, we can sing to it, we can do all different kinds of visualizations to it. All of this brings in that consciousness of divinity that is the violet ray through our free will. We have entered the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius began, I believe it was in the year 2001 in our earthly time. And so we have entered the age of Aquarius, and Aquarius is the age when the violet flame is supposed to really take off. And Saint Germain is the sponsor, the hierarch of this age. And if we give enough violet flame, we can transmute the karmas of past life civilizations like Atlantis and Lemuria, and I cover that in my book, The Golden Age Civilizations in Ascended Master Culture, and also at the website goldenageofaquarius.com. So I'd like to share a few little decrees with you to explain to you how this works. You're going to see a violet bonfire, a violet action. You can find a lot of GIFs online that will show you how the violet flame works, and of course Summit Lighthouse also has a lot of videos. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. America is a nation of violet fire. America is a purity God desires. The earth is a planet of violet fire. The earth is the purity God desires. We can give the one of Gautama Buddha. O violet flame, O violet flame, O violet flame, in the name of God, in the name of God, in the name of God. O violet flame, O violet flame, O violet flame. Flood the world and flood the world and flood the world in the I am name, in the I am name, in the I am name. And so we can give these decrees 1 time, 3 times, 33 times, 1,000 times. We can give mantras too. The Goddess of Mercy in the East, Kuan Yin, is a master of the violet flame. All of this invokes the violet flame. And we feel it in our aura, we feel it in our being, we feel it transmuting our personal karma and also helping the entire planet. The violet flame has been called the fountain of youth because it helps people stay young, because it's literally consuming and dissolving the substance in our atoms, cells, and electrons. There's actually substance that's lodged between our atoms, cells, and electrons. You know, we were talking in the previous lesson about the electronic belt and the records in the electronic belt that have to be transmuted. Furthermore, we have the transmutation of substance even within the physical body and of course within our 4 lower bodies. So we give that violet flame. We give that violet flame when we have conflict with others. We give that violet flame for the planet, for the elementals. There's nothing that cannot benefit from the violet flame. We can even give the violet flame for the transmuting of the strongholds, the dissolving of the strongholds of the fallen ones. When we look at what's going on in politics, in government, in religion, in banking systems, etc., we can send the violet flame to all of these. Wherever we see misuses of life, abuses of life, we can send that violet flame as a thought, as a decree that's even more powerful, as a meditation. So we're going to begin with another one called O violet flame, come, violet flame, now blaze and blaze and blaze. O violet flame, come, violet flame, to raise and raise and raise the earth and all thereon, the earth and all thereon, the earth and all thereon. O violet flame, come, violet flame, now blaze and blaze and blaze. O violet flame, come, violet flame, to raise and raise and raise the children and their teachers, the children and their teachers, the children and their teachers. O violet flame, come, violet flame, now blaze and blaze and blaze. O violet flame, come, violet flame, to raise and raise and raise the plants and elemental creatures, the plants and elemental creatures, the plants and elemental creatures. O violet flame, come, violet flame, now blaze and blaze and blaze. O violet flame, come, violet flame, to raise and raise and raise the air, the sea, the land, the air, the sea, the land, the air, the sea, the land. O violet flame, come, violet flame, now blaze and blaze and blaze. O violet flame, come, violet flame, to raise and raise and raise. Make all to understand, make all to understand, make all to understand. O violet flame, come, violet flame, now blaze and blaze and blaze. O violet flame, come, violet flame, to raise and raise and raise. Bless all by Omritas's hand, bless all by Omritas's hand, bless all by Omritas's hand. O violet flame, come, violet flame, now blaze and blaze and blaze. O violet flame, come, violet flame, to raise and raise and raise. I am the fullness of God's plan, fulfill right now and forever. I am the fullness of God's plan, fulfill right now and forever. I am the fullness of God's plan, fulfill right now and forever. Now you heard me mention Omritas. Omritas is a great being of the violet flame, and he is the ruler of what has been called the violet planet. And I know that sounds a little unusual, but it's true. There's a planet that had a tremendous amount of problems and chaos, just like we have on Earth today. And a number of priests of the sacred fire gathered there, a number of adepts gathered there and started giving that violet flame until they completely freed their planet of darkness. And this is also in the book that you can find at goldenageofaquarius.com. Look up the violet planet and the music of the spheres. So we want to see the violet flame and understand this violet flame can raise and raise and raise all life. And I certainly have experienced it in my own life. The first time I experienced the violet flame, I was shown a chart of the I am that I am, the I am presence, and a picture of Saint Germain. And then I was invited to give violet flame decrees with a group of people in South America so many years ago now. And when I first experienced the violet flame, I was transformed, I was transfixed, I was so elated, and I felt like I was walking on air, and I knew I had found what I was looking for, that there was no more powerful meditation than to give the violet flame. There was no more powerful spiritual work than to give the violet flame. And so I give that violet flame every day when I'm driving, sometimes in the shower, sometimes when I'm doing chores around the house. I try to remember. It's important to remember. Gautama Buddha asked us to give it every waking moment we have. It's important because the more violet flame we give, the more karma we also transmute for ourselves and for the planet. And so I truly hope that you can explore the violet flame, give the violet flame, invoke the violet flame. There are other wonderful violet flame YouTube channels out there. It's important to make this a violet planet, because by doing this we're transmuting darkness into light. We were told in the teachings of the Ascended Masters that to some degree when people take Holy Communion, especially when they take the bread and the wine, they are imbibing the violet flame that was in Jesus. And so for the 2,000 years of the Piscean dispensation, even though people didn't have the outer knowledge of the violet flame, they had the communion, which basically shored the gap there. But we want to make even more violet flame miracles. And so we want to give that violet flame for the transmuting of everything that can be transmuted. I recommend that you give it at least 15 minutes a day. This is what the Masters have asked for, and then they can multiply it. If we give violet flame every day, we can balance our karma enough to make our ascension at the end of this life. For the most part, it's a tremendous gift. It's a tremendous gift to be in violet auras. I remember one time I had a picture taken and the violet flame showed up in my aura on the Polaroid because I had been giving lots of violet flame. So it is a frequency that is very close to the physical plane. And so avail yourself to it. Make the most of it. And we are so grateful for our beloved Saint Germain for giving us this gift of the knowledge of the violet flame. I would like to share one more decree with you on the violet flame. It was given to us in the final years of the time where Mother Elizabeth Clare Prophet was with the Summit Lighthouse, and it's called Violet Flame Is, and she dedicated it to South American Chilas, to students in South America. It's very important because there is a group of souls coming in called the Seventh Root Race, La Séptima Raza, que they're incarnating in South America, and South America is supposed to really explode with the violet flame and with the knowledge of the violet flame and the transmutation of the violet flame. And these souls have come in and are coming in and will be incarnating with an innate understanding and ability and love for the violet flame. So this decree was dedicated to them. And you can truly visualize the violet flame as a meditation as I give this now. Breath of God inside each cell, I am the violet flame. Pulsing out the cosmic time, I am the violet flame. Energizing mind and heart, I am the violet flame. Sustaining God's creation now, I am the violet flame. With all love, with all love, with all love. Shimmering in a crystal cave, I am the violet flame. Searching out all hidden pain, I am the violet flame. Consuming cause and core of fear, I am the violet flame. Revealing now the inner name, I am the violet flame. With all peace, with all peace, with all peace. Flashing like a lightning bolt, I am the violet flame. Stretching through the galaxies, I am the violet flame. Connecting soul and spirit now, I am the violet flame. raising you to cosmic heights. I am the violet flame, with all power, with all power, with all power. Now, isn't that magnificent? Magnificent words. So, enjoy. VioletFlameMiracles.com is a good place to start. And then from there, you'll find so much more online. God bless you. Have a wonderful Violet Flame day.